Hey guys and gals, A here. Welcome to another episode of EDCQ. Today we are talking fixed blades. I have a few of them here from the same company to show you, and they're 29 bucks, starting at 29 bucks. So now you know that you want one. Come on back and I'll tell you why you need one. Here we go. All right, guys and gals. Yes, I did indeed say 29 bucks, 29.90 to be exact. But this fixed blade here is $29.90, and I love it. So let's go ahead and get the specs out of the way while I show you what we got here. So this is a green handle and a black blade, and it is definitely been used. I've had these for, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, somewhere in that range. And they come with these cleaning cloths. They've got the, it's black, so it's gonna be hard to see, but they have the logo there, which is a W, and the wolf is inside. And I actually have a box here, so there you go. So Odenwolf, that's how you spell it. This is the box that it comes in. I brought this out because I actually really liked it. So it has a sleeve around it. You also get the logo on the box, and then you got like a little foam piece in here to help keep the knife where it belongs. Just really cool. But they are fixed blades, obviously, full tang, which is great. And then we've got D2 steel. So is this, you know, top of the line? We're not talking Magna Cut, but you're probably not taking Magna Cut on a fixed blade into the woods. Like, that's your fancy EDC pocket knife that, you know, you're flipping out, showing off. You've got it on your Leatherman, you've got it on your nicer knives. You're not going to find that for $29. And even if you did, you're not going to want to take that out into the wood. Well, for 29 bucks, you would take it out in the woods and beat it up. But you want to steal on a knife like this that you're willing to use, that you're willing to put through the paces that you're going to be doing with a knife like this. And that's why it's coming in a D2 steel. There are a myriad of other steels that you could use that would fit the bill as well. But you want something that you can sharpen, that's going to hold up, that's going to be, you know, a little bit corrosion resistance, just because of how, you know, you're potentially utilizing this. I am utilizing this as an EDC blade. I do EDC a fixed blade, especially in the winter time. And so this has been clipped onto my belt and used, you know, just hanging off of my side. Is it on me all the time? No. I'm not gonna, you know, walk into certain restaurants or, you know, places with a knife, you know, hanging down on my leg. However, being at home, running to certain places, it has been on me, and it is awesome. I love it. So D2 steel is what we're rocking here. You have a 4.53, so just over 4.5 inch blade length, which is awesome. That's excellent. 4 to 5 inches is perfect for, you know, kind of an outdoorsy blade, something that you could take camping with you or take into the field with you. And then we're coming in at a thickness of 0.12 inches. So, and we also have, so in this dipped part right here, we do have a sharpened spine. So you are ready to use that, you know, on a fire steel, which is a really nice thought. You also have some jimping behind that. Nice pointy end. Get a little stabby with it if you need to. And then we do have a 4.76 inch handle on here. So you've got a nice bit of handle here to get a good grip on it, as well as we are cut out to hold your hand in. So it actually, my favorite part is the handle. I absolutely love the handle. It's TPE material. It feels great. It doesn't have a squish to it at all. There's no squish to it. You're not going to squeeze the handle. It's not going to compress in your hand. However, the finish on this, with both the texture and then the smooth areas, it gives you the idea of, it does have, you know, like some squish to it, some give. It has none. I'm actually checking it out right now, but I think it's the combination of the texture with the smooth. The area where the smooth hits feels different than the texture, and so it just feels fabulous in hand. And that is one of the things I love most about it, is that handle, just the way it feels in hand. Even though it is a larger blade, you know, a 4.5 inch blade, I don't feel that it is too aggressive or too, you know, like if I were to be at a restaurant and they were to bring me a terrible steak knife and I were to have this in my bag, I would not think twice about bringing it out and using it. And aside from getting potentially a couple looks for using my own knife, I don't think anyone would look twice at me. Your mileage may vary. I do realize I'm a female, and so perhaps I'm looked at slightly different than some people who might be using their own knife. But I would not feel that this is one that I would think twice about using, and I actually have used it in public. Also, the green handle does help as well. Like it kind of looks fun. But so those are kind of your general specs: D2 steel, TPE handle, 4.5 inch blade, like just a really nice knife with those numbers. But now we're going to talk versions, because I actually have 3 different versions here. So Odenwolf contacted me, asked me if I'd be interested in trying their stuff out. I looked at their site and was like, are you German made? And they are indeed German made. These are 100% made in Germany knives, which I love. I like trying to buy things that are not made in China when possible, and so let's go Germany. So they are German made knives, and they asked if I wanted to try something out. I said absolutely, and I don't know if they gave me the choice or whatever, but I picked their model W1, and I wanted it in a green handle if possible. And so they hooked me up with that. This is the W1. So the knife is the same across the W1, the W2, and the W3. They actually sent me all 3 of those, and the difference comes in with the sheath. So with the W1, you are getting a polypropylene sheath, and it has the little drop loop here. Now, I don't know if you've ever used a Mora knife, but that is kind of the vibes I get with this sheath right here. It's very Mora knives, and those are also very, you know, budget-friendly knives. Has a little drop thing. This slides perfectly over the belt, but it doesn't come off on its own. You actually have to have a little, you know, focus to get it back off. It's not hard by any means. It comes off very easily, but I guess my point is it goes very easily on the belt, and then you just have to kind of separate the two to get it back off. So that is awesome. But this is the W1 model, and the green handled knife also comes with a green sheath. So there's that setup. Absolutely love it. And this is the one that I've been using a lot. I wouldn't say most, but I've been using this one a lot, and it does ride on my person when I use it. So $29.90 for this setup right here, which is absolutely incredible. Then we have the W2 model, which is right here. This one is in black, and we are looking at a satin blade. And now this one is probably my most used blade. And this one is actually a little dirty. This one has found its home in my EDC bag. I have an EDC bag, and I have a little Velcro sheath in there, and I clip this onto it, and I clip this into that holster, and then the knife easily pops in and out of there. And so this is probably the one I use most, just because I use the other one when I'm at home mainly, occasionally out and about. This one is always with me, and so if I need a knife at any other time, this is the one I'm grabbing. You can see some of the details a little more in the shape of the knife, sharpened spine, the jimping right there. Just lends itself really well to a nice setup. And then the black handle on this one. All the specs are the same. The knife itself is absolutely the same. The difference here is the sheath. So you're still getting a polypropylene sheath, but you do not get the dangler on it. It is just the lower portion of the sheath. That top portion is cut off, and instead they have attached a Edcq lock. So we'll give you a quick tutorial here on a Edcq lock. You have a little slider down here. You slide this into the on position and you push, and it releases the Edcq lock. You put your belt in between here, or you could attach it to, you know, some other type of webbing or banding, and you push down, and then you can slide this into the off position. When it is in the off position, it does not depress and will not open. You slide it back into the on position, squeeze, and it opens. So Edcq is a really cool device. If you haven't seen one, it pretty much locks it into place when you get it where you want. So this would be a great belt carry. If you wanted the knife more discreet, it would obviously sit drastically different. So this one will be much more hidden than this one. So this is an awesome option. One of my belts that I wear doesn't fit in this gap. I don't know what that gap is. I should have measured it. But all the rest of my belts do. So that's not really a problem for me. Just one belt that doesn't. And then, so here we have the green knife with the black handle. And here we have the sheath with the Edcq and interchangeable. So I can actually just go ahead and switch these knives over. You can put whichever knife in whichever sheath you want. That's up to you, but it is cool to know that they are indeed interchangeable. So that's the W2 model. Basically, all you're doing is upgrading from the kind of the dangler clip to the Edcq. That's an additional $5. So this setup right here with a really sleek setup, $34.90. Now to go ahead and throw it out here, so we got the green, we got the black. They also have a high vis orange, and I believe all the variations come in the black coated, the and then the stainless, like the you know, shiny. It might even come in a stone wash. Don't quote me on that, but there are a few different variations you can get between handles and then blades. So two options right there, $29.90, $34.90 with the upgraded Edcq clip, which I think is a really nice upgrade depending upon how you're using it. And then the Big Daddy, the W3, comes with this is your setup for if you were going in the woods, if this was going to be your woods knife, if you were setting up a bug out bag and you wanted a really solid knife in there that you could rely on, but that wasn't going to break the bank. You weren't throwing a $200 knife into your bug out bag or into your, you know, your car kit or whatever. This is an awesome option. So we still have the same, we've got the same setup here. We've got the sheath without the top part on it. We have the Edcq on it, but then we have this little added portion here, and you can actually take that off, so you can unscrew that and remove this piece of webbing right here and just carry it like this one. But what this webbing allows you to do is so this has a belt loop on it, so you weave your belt through this, and then you can actually use the buckle and detach from it. And then there's also another one that you can put on, and this one is Velcro. So you can actually adjust that if you need to different sizes and use that for different things. But it's a really cool setup and a really cool way that you have multiple ways to use this knife and to attach it. So you get that option on it, which is great. And if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. In which case you would be looking at more of this style by taking it off. And it comes off with 2 Phillips screws. But the other 2 things that you get with this, you get a little mini whetstone here, so you're good to go with touching up your blade while you're out and about. And then you get a fire starter, and I've actually been using this one. And then this blade, this version here, is black on black. So this is the tactical black, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this here, and I'm using this at a really awkward angle, but yeah, we get some. Come on. There we go. I do this standing up most of the time, so it's definitely an awkward angle, but you get the point. We get some nice sparks going, and that I have been messing around with off and on since I've gotten it. But that is just a really great option. And this one, if I was a more bushcrafty person and spent a lot of time in the woods, this would be with this would probably be stored with the bag that I took out into the woods. When we go out in the woods, we're not like out in the woods, but we're, you know, camping in the camper. So this is probably going to go in my bug out bag. This is a excellent knife. You know, the knife is the same as all the others that I have shown you. It can go in, you know, any other sheath like the rest. Tactical black is really cool. I love the looks of that. but coming with the whetstone, which you could sharpen with, and then the fire starter. Store that away, use it when you need it. I absolutely love it. And here's the best part, guys. $44.90. 45 bucks for a knife that you can use. You could carry this every day. You could drop this on your belt as a dangler. You could use a Edcq lock. You could have these extras with it. If I were going to carry it daily, I would take this stuff off and I would use a Edcq lock. And if I, like I said, if I needed the fire steel on the regular, or I frequently wanted to touch up my knives while out and about, this would be my go-to without thinking twice. 45 bucks to do that, absolutely sign me up. Having said that, because this is not something I need on the regular, this is going in my bug out bag, and I'm so stoked about it. I'm probably going to buy a second one and put it in my car because I love this knife that much. It works great. It feels so good in hand. I haven't gotten any hot spots from using it. Like, I love it, guys. I love it. And you can get into this, you know, $29 all the way up to $45 for different variations. And yeah, use the code EDCQ10, save yourself 10%. So drop this down to 26 bucks and some change, which is a steal of a deal. Check them out. They always have sales going on right now. And I realize, you know, you might not be watching it now, so I will try to update the sales or update the links in the video. But as of filming this video right now, if you spend $50, you get a free W1 knife. So the first knife I showed you, you get a free one of those. If you spend $100, you get a free catcher knife. And they have more than just the W series. So we got W1, W2, W3, which are all awesome and what I've tried. They have other knives on the website. Go check them out, see what you think, see what you like. Order one, order three, and let me know what you think. Let me know if you are as impressed as I am, because I could tell you D2 steel, full tang, fixed blade knife with this kind of handle, 29 bucks. I will buy that all day long. The price point is there. They're not made in China. They're made in Germany. They come in color variations. Get the high-vis orange and let me know how it is, because I don't have that one. But I am so stoked with them and so thankful this company contacted me, and I'm excited to tell you about this. This is something that I can recommend and highly recommend it. 29 bucks. I have no problem saying grab you one. It's awesome and it's well worth the money. And like I said, grab you three. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will be back with new content soon. And remember, EDC, EDC.